Alright, I think everything's set. I was just gonna make this video, but I figure if I stream it, it'll be good. And all set and uploaded. And, yeah, I made sure the audio settings are right, so just get the chat thing loaded up and watch this. And tomorrow's homecoming thing, so that's awesome. That's what I'm looking forward to. Cause this, I don't know, I just started up and it says Thronebreaker still feels like The Witcher inherits the best parts of The Witcher 3. Like, is this still connected to Gwent? So we're about to find out. Yeah, let me get this started then. My audio settings should be good. The link should be in the description if you guys want to watch the actual dev stream without me talking over it. Or pausing it if I decide to. So I can just keep my keyboard here.
Thronebreaker developer stream. My name is
Hey, what's up, Nico?
and I'm joined by not one but by two developers. And on my left, Kuba Szamałek, principal director, and Mateusz Tomaszkiewicz, the game director for Gwent, the Witcher card game.
Hey everyone.
Hello,
Okay, so it is still connected to Gwent, I'm guessing.
Before
Good.
we jump into the Thronebreaker gameplay, can you guys tell me what is Thronebreaker for those who might not know and are watching?
So Thronebreaker started off as a single-player campaign for Gwent. However, as we developed it, it kind of grew and grew and grew. And now we consider it to be an RPG that uses card game mechanics to show battles, and it has choices, consequences, it has all these elements.
So is it still in Gwent?
From our previous games.
What?
A fully fledged game set in the Witcher universe, which has our trademark choices and consequences system. A lot of non-linearities for players to explore.
So are you getting Gwent stuff still, or?
Choices where nothing is right or wrong, but everything is a shade of gray.
Gray, I like that. Just like The Witcher 3. And speaking of The Witcher 3, both of you guys worked on The Witcher 3. How different was working on Thronebreaker from your perspective?
Well, I'd say that there's some differences, especially you know, backstage, so to say. So the stuff that we worked on, we worked on a different engine, and
Actually, I should probably turn on subtitles. That'll be better. There we go.
And it's Thronebreaker is a Witcher game, and it's recognizably part of the Witcher universe. From the narrative standpoint, there are some differences. We have the narrator who narrates the story, who sets the context for the events. And
Feels like The Witcher though. What I saw back when they previewed this way before was something that just seemed like a RPG with like
Also, like the
card fights in it.
which you explore the world is vastly different because it's an isometric game. It's not the third person anymore. So we had to reinvent the way we show the world, and we had to think, you know, how to interact with the world. We had to think all over again, what kind of systems do we want. So we had to design it from the scratch. And well, I personally don't have experience with isometric.
So is this? It's still a
RPGs
20-hour
as a
expansion
developer.
thing.
So it was a big challenge, and it was very interesting.
But
to
I'm guessing it's a
live on
separate
isometric,
game now. It's not connected to Gwent.
It's very, very cool to work
we
on.
are both fans of old school isometric RPGs and
Like Heroes.
Well, I'd say, you know,
Yeah,
the Baldur's Gate,
Gate.
Fallout series, but,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like
Of course, Heroes of Might and Magic, Banner Saga, games like these were also part
Might
of
and
our
Magic was a good
inspirations. Like there are some
series.
systems which we have in the game, which are, you know, very heavily inspired by those games. But yeah, I mean, in terms of RPGs, in terms of isometric RPGs, Baldur's Gate, Fallout.
Baldur's Gate is great.
Okay, cool. So as you guys probably know,
That's actually on the
you
client too.
can
Same
pre-order
Gwent
Thronebreaker
client.
by going to witchertales.com. But before that, maybe a little
Pre-order
bit of
if it's
stats. What can we
connected to
expect when we
Gwent.
buy Thronebreaker?
So Thronebreaker started off, like I said, as a
Ronbreaker.
campaign for 10 hours. However, right now it's over 30 hours of gameplay. Since we had to basically build the game completely differently than the multiplayer version is built, it has over 200 custom-made cards, which, because it is a single-player experience, are vastly different, and they can be overpowered, they can be, you know, very difficult to beat, they can be these weird...
So is this connected to like the Witcher 3 version of the Gwent, which is like play spies all
we
day?
have 20 different ending states of the world. So
I have a
based on
feeling
the
this isn't
choices
connected to Gwent
that you
anymore.
make throughout the game, this you know you might get one of these outcomes, and yeah, I would say these are the most important stats.
Something we also like to mention is the fact that we recorded more VO lines for the Thronebreaker than we did for the Hearts of Stone expansion for The Witcher 3.
Yes.
So this is really a sizable chunk of a story. It's not something that we tacked, onto a card game. It's a story in its own right, with elements of it told via battles shown with cards and Gwent.
And of course, it's localized like all our previous games, these voiceovers. So it's going to
I think I might skip because
Exactly. So even more than The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Awesome. Kuba, question for you regarding storytelling.
maybe
You
not.
already said that we have a narrating, like setting
Storytelling?
the scenes and talking about what the characters are feeling.
So I'm guessing
What
this
else
is like
is
connected to The
different
Witcher
from the
3 more than it
storytelling
is Gwent.
Well, I think the biggest difference from my perspective was that we are showing the world of The Witcher from a very different pair of eyes. So before, players had the opportunity to explore the world of The Witcher as the eponymous Witcher. Geralt was an outsider. He was somewhat like a Ronin, traveling on his own, with his own set of rules, his own codex of how to...
Let me see if this is even connected to Gwent anymore. This might be short because it's not like originally it was supposed to be like a Hearthstone expansion type thing where you got like Gwent cards and stuff. But if this is connected to like the Witcher 3 version of the Gwent, I might not play it.
So speaking of which, let's stop talking and let's jump into the game, and then we'll talk a little bit more. But yeah, let's just go straight in.
I mean, it looked neat when they were showing it before,
let's
but
set the scene because,
I haven't even
as
beat
you
The
guys
Witcher 3.
know,
Like,
we had journalists over last week, and they already showed some elements of the tutorial. But what we're gonna show you is just what happens after the tutorial, and you're pretty much we let you go. We let you be free and
let you
do
free roam.
Yeah, you can free roam, do your own things. So guys, can you set the story?
So I'm just gonna open the map, but you can write over that.
Okay, so we are about an hour into the game. Queen Meve has returned from a royal summit, and she has found her kingdom, Lyria, in disarray. So her young son, Willem, who was entrusted with the kingdom, doesn't seem to be doing well. The country is overrun by bandits who call themselves Strays of Spala, and Meve's on a mission to resolve this issue once and for all, capture their leader and take him for questioning to the capital. So Mateusz is now showing you the whole map. Our position is marked by the crown, and the yellow exclamation mark is where we are headed. This is Lord Clayton's estate.
it looks like The Witcher 3
that these bandits, Strays
map,
of Spala,
but
are headed. But as you can see, the map is much bigger.
no, there's jigsaw
than
puzzle
you can see,
pieces.
on the
Something
main
new.
screen. And
Then you
this
got the
is one
fast
of
travel
5
points.
maps that we have in the Thronebreaker campaign. So there's a lot of stuff to see and explore, and each of the maps is different, has its own character.
Yeah, as you can see, there are a lot of markers. These symbolize side activities, and you're basically, after the tutorial, you're left to explore.
Story.
However,
The single player game can
That looks like a Gwent card.
and make things interesting with changing things a little bit. So this battle will only last 1 round.
1 round battle, alright.
and here we have a short part of the tutorial that explains the
Do you
mulligan.
still get Gwent cards from this, or is this...
Most people that play Gwent are familiar with, I expect.
Especially that now the
you
mulligans
guys
have been
doing to me?
changed. We also featured in some of the homecoming videos. So you see which cards you're mulliganing. But like
You
said,
can have 3 of the
gameplay-
same card in
gameplay-wise,
this
it's tailored to a
version?
single player experience, so you can do crazy stuff.
Okay, so he has 4 copies of that card,
And
alright.
we drew everything.
It looks like the new updated homecoming stuff.
So the special thing here is that Gascon, the boss, he's on our side actually, and he'll keep jumping between our rows, and the thing we have to do is to place units next to him, and we have to kind of try and grab them.
Oh, so it's like a bunch of puzzles,
We're gonna do this,
like the
this kind of
events
thing.
that they were doing for a while.
So I can boost with
Yeah,
my leader
Meve
ability.
has a
Oh, they
special
might actually show us,
unit,
okay,
and also
if we
it's
can
a
activate
bonus
hero
that
powers.
plus the sidemen
2
additionally
cooldown
can't use, when you
on
use
hero
it.
powers. So yeah, it's gonna be like, oh, you can activate hero powers multiple
Probably
times.
already
That's
heard
awesome.
that,
Okay.
We have a lot of new boards to show.
I mean, like this, I know this
For
is Thronebreaker, but I mean, it's still connected to Gwent, and you can use your hero abilities multiple times here. That's how they're gonna have it set up in Homecoming, like I was guessing before.
2D and the art is split into it. So you can see that the blades of the windmill are animated and they're going around.
Wait, didn't it say 2 cooldown? Oh no, so he has 2 uses?
Flying around the
What?
bushes and,
Yeah, I can move the
3,
camera around to show
2.
more of it.
and the piece of paper on the board.
How come you got to
flying
activate
around.
that
So
turn?
there's a lot to see and a lot to admire. It's a really beautiful board, and it's just one of many we'll show in the Thronebreaker campaign.
Yeah, and for me,
Okay,
what I
so
really
he
like
goes,
is
he
the leaders
goes.
having them on the board. You know,
1
we use
turn
motion
cooldown.
capture for them. They're fully animated. It's really, really cool to have them here.
How do you get 2? Is a turn like your turn, then your opponent's turn? Each of those is a turn?
As you can see, he's trying to get away. I have to place more units next to him to.
Yeah.
So can you activate?
Now we have
Yeah,
the
so
units on
your
the
turn.
side. Can you actually show what the infiltrator
Each
is?
one is
Yeah, the infiltrators
yeah,
are
your
nice
turn
to
is a
basically
cooldown, and then
he
your
plays them
opponent's
on
turn's a
my
cooldown.
side, and he
Alright.
will, after 1 turn,
That's
steal the power
interesting.
of the unit to his right.
And then
So that's awesome. You can have
Zone
hero
set.
abilities activated multiple times per turn. I mean,
So I
multiple
basically
times
tried to
per
block him,
game.
but right now I
Uh,
know more about Gascon, because this is our
So-
main objective in this battle.
They just didn't tell me if any of these cards are going to be like, oh, if you get this, are you getting 1 cards like
Oh, now actually,
they told you were before?
he's just gonna steal 6,
I don't know. I'd probably still play it because it looks like
which is not very good.
it's a bunch of puzzles like they have during the they had during the Halloween event and everything. Which is still interesting. Especially when they get harder.
The Straits of Spala. They are a group of
As far as the
bandits,
story mode goes for me though, I haven't even beat The Witcher
escaped
3
one
yet,
of the
so
in the neighboring kingdom of Rivia, and running away they stole torturers' tools and equipment, and this is why they were fighting with unusual weapons. This is why they're wearing iron masks, and they're quite a sight to behold.
So I can't really like judge any of these cards because we don't know if we're getting any of them. You said a lot of them are overpowered though, because I mean, yeah,
as
it's
you guys
like
know, the build that
single
we're
player
showing is
only.
work in progress, so you might see some
Issues.
interesting things on the board, issues, but yeah, like I said, work in progress. These things happen.
Yeah, work in progress. Oh my god, are they? They're not gonna do. They're gonna make the same mistake that they made for that other big expansion they did, though. Winter expansion, and not have a PTR for a week before they make it live. I'm guessing. Well, I guess that's one bonus if you're on console now, because I mean, it's probably not gonna work when it comes to PC for the first bit.
Can I get more copies? Yeah, rule set is the same. You have maximum of 2 bronze copies of cards.
What? But he had like 5 of
And
those
also
8
deck
power
building,
guys in his
maybe we
deck.
can show a little bit later. Like
Yeah,
show the
actually, I'm
count.
gonna go
Yeah.
into the camp right after this,
Okay,
just to
cool.
show it off.
Yeah, it's probably also worth mentioning that there are different versions of meat, so depending on what weapon you choose to equip, you will have a different.
Oh, so there is an artifact card though.
so
That's
as
cool
you
to see.
are progressing in the campaign.
They are gonna have those, but
find new weapons.
it takes up a row slot, it seems. But
How
is there a
many?
way to kill it?
I think more than 6, to be honest. So yeah, the way to
Must
change
be
her
the only way to
ability
kill it is-
basically to equip a different weapon for
weapon.
her.
Yeah, with one of those
Other
cards
than
that
that,
destroys
you
an
also have
artifact.
these- Oh wow, sorry, something
Some
happened
land on your
underground.
side.
Yes, so other than that, you also get special trophies, like this Lyria trophy, which is
Oh, it's a
basically
trophy?
always
So then what's
on
an
the board
artifact?
when the game starts. And yeah, I can change it to
Guess we'll have to
different
wait
one
till
in
tomorrow's thing,
obviously
homecoming
different
stream,
things.
which
This
will
one
be
specifically
much more interesting, I'm
reduces her
guessing.
timer, so I can use her more often. Oh, okay, he got rid of my.
Because none of these, I can't be like, oh, this is cool, one card that's coming. No, it's all Thronebreaker only, it
We managed
seems.
to overpower him.
Yep.
So the battle should
It's
end
down
shortly.
to 0.
Oh yeah, it looks good. This is what Gwen's gonna look like once homecoming hits.
Congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
did it.
Yeah. How
This
many-
is Thronebreaker though,
Quite a few.
Quite a few.
which I guess is different.
I can't say the same for you, I fear.
Alright, story mode I'm not gonna know anything about.
Bound for Lyria now, where the hangman will have his way.
Another mill was in
See what's
flames.
this about.
Tears welled in her eyes, yet they were tears of anger.
Bastards. If it's war they seek, it's war I shall bring them. Reynard, prepare to ride.
So yeah, actually, for completing this battle, we have unlocked
Got
a
a new
different weapon for
Meve
me,
card,
which
okay.
I'm gonna equip now.
Wait, weapons? Is that to Gwent too? Is that gonna be in Gwent? Like, you can have your leader and then a weapon on your leader? Because they said there was gonna be cosmetics for your leader, so that's gonna be cool.
And you can enter the war camp at any point from the exploration map. It kind of, you know, it's kind of reminiscent to the Heroes of Might and Magic castles. So basically we can upgrade it, we can build different buildings in it, and these buildings give us access to different kinds of units. So I could build the training grounds, for example.
There we have it.
Which unlocks these units. Unfortunately, I think I don't have any kind of resource right now to actually buy them, but I can find them on the exploration map.
Alright,
However,
Thronebreaker's
we
seeming
could
cool.
Show you. Oh, actually, yes. Actually, we can show you the.
This is what the new
deck
deck builder's
builder
gonna look like?
first.
That's not too bad.
I'm just gonna click through this.
So then your units go in the bottom and you got
yes,
your
so you
trophies
put
and your
units
leader in
here.
the top.
Like this Wagenburg, for example.
Yeah.
And then you can add it to your army. And like I mentioned before,
Is there gonna be a
you can
limited amount of
also
trophies you have?
change the Meave's weapon. So basically you go into this screen and you select the weapon you want to use. So this one is a bit different. It's not a defensive one. It doesn't boost my units like the one I have right now. It will damage all the units with the same power level by 4.
Oh, so that might be how they're doing the new monster leaders. Like, you're gonna have Unseen Elder, and then he's gonna
you
have
might
3
see
different
few
abilities instead of 3 different leaders.
which weren't present on the live version. So for example, one of the big changes we did is the provision system.
Yeah.
So right now you have to have the minimum of 25 cards in your deck. However, you're limited by the provisions. Each of the cards has a provision cost, which you can see here at the bottom.
Yep, yep.
And based on that, you can basically fill out your deck. There is no limit of golds or bronzes anymore, so you could. In
Provision
theory, fill
system,
with
I really
golds,
like that.
although due to the,
It makes it much
provision
easier
limit,
for
it's
them to
not that
balance
easy.
at least.
It's probably worth mentioning that in
Can't go
the
too
single
crazy.
player campaign, you can actually
Raise
your limit
yes.
by building certain structures in this camp.
Yes, exactly. Also, there are things that are unique for a single player here. So, like I mentioned before, there is a trophy and there are trinkets. And the trinkets are basically items which you find during your travels.
Oh, so
And
that's
these will
Thronebreaker
always
only,
start in
alright.
your hand at the beginning.
So I'm guessing an artifact's gonna be something like that still, though.
So right now I have 2 slots. I could expand that with buildings as well.
Also, one thing to mention is when you're crafting a card, you now have 3 things that you need to take into account. You have gold, you have wood, and you have recruits.
Yes.
So recruits you get throughout the map. Sometimes people will join you, sometimes you will just
Sometimes
get...
in quests, sometimes
Exactly.
based on your decisions, sometimes they will leave or die. And
okay.
yes, you need them
They're
to
just
recruit
gonna
gold.
leave.
But gold and the wood you basically spend to build buildings, but also to train them, to equip them, basically. I think that's it from here.
Yeah, see, he has 5 of those. They said you could only have 2 copies of each bronze. He had like
Yeah,
5.
Royal Tent
This
is,
is your
yeah,
command
go on.
center. So as you
Okay,
mentioned, you
that must be
play
single
as
player only.
Monarch, so you depend not only on your own pair of eyes and ears, but you also get reports from your spies. You correspond with other kings, and you intercept enemy communications. And it actually makes a lot of sense to read those because
That's pretty
sometimes
cool.
offer you
Sort of like
information,
Dragon Age.
pertinent to quests that you will do.
Inquisition. That was a
So
good
if
game.
you read them, you might glance some information which will help you to make the right choice or limit your losses or surprise your enemy. There are also tabs for maps and keys and card fragments because you can also find these. We haven't found a map yet, but you can find maps which point to locations of treasures. And maybe let's take a look
I think the canteen
inside
is
a
cool.
canteen.
Mestent.
So, exactly, this is where you can talk with your companions. This is the beginning of our adventure, so there's only a few people inside. But later on, the place will be filled with people you met on your journey.
Worked in a mess once that served no meat, not even sausage.
And these companions won't necessarily get along, so they will have conflicting views on how to resolve certain issues. They will offer you very different advice, and depending on
Right.
the advice you follow, they will react very strongly, and sometimes they might even leave your
They didn't say
retinue.
anything about
They cannot.
this being connected to Gwent, though, like, or not. Like,
So one of the aspects of
are you
being
still?
able
Because
to-
when they were
being able
talking
to
about
play
this
out
before, it
these,
was like going to be an expansion. Then you got like
conflicts
30
quickly and
Quib
make sure that
cards
everyone is, happy to perform.
that you could craft if you didn't get the expansion, but if you got it, then you could get the premium versions.
Like Mateusz is showing right now, you can talk to Reynard about different things.
Yeah, but maybe.
But we'll
I think we'll talk
yeah,
to him
yeah.
later.
Yeah, exactly.
We
we'll
have
move
stuff
on
to show.
with the quest.
But it's also worth mentioning that these characters have rich backstories. I think you can move on and we'll just keep on, talking. And you can learn.
Get me
about
into
their,
another
past,
Gwent
You
game.
can learn about their secrets, and by doing so, you can actually unlock better versions of these cards. So it's pays to talk to them, not only in terms of satisfaction from learning more about their your friends or your advisors, but you can also unlock better versions of their cards.
And we're grabbing the loot right now, taking all the stuff that we got from the battle. So additional resources that we can use later. As you can see, there's quite a lot of things.
You missed one. Go back. The barrels.
It's fine, I'll do without it.
Oh.
Oh, my favorite guy.
Straight towards a Nilfgaardian company. To the Queen's surprise, the invaders did not immediately assume battle formation.
All right.
They proceeded instead.
Story.
It's the accent.
I need to know.
What are your orders, Your Grace?
Which, yes, I'm gonna do this actually. So the morale system actually helps us in battle. The higher the morale is, the better our unit's performance.
Oh, so there's gonna be
It directly impacts their strength.
yeah,
So
moral
if you have
system.
high morale,
That's kind of cool, I
units
guess.
get +1 strength. If you have low morale, it's -1. If it's neutral, they only use their base.
It's another resource to worry about,
And
though.
Witcher 3, when you played, you only had to think about what Geralt thinks and what he thinks is right. Whereas here, you also have to think about how your soldiers will perceive you. So sometimes you do something you personally don't agree with, just to make sure that the morale remains high. But here,
A cry
we
in
have an
turn
ambush.
went up and down Meave's ranks.
Dum dum dum.
I'm not gonna know anything about this story, so
And a battle.
just trying to get to the Gwent parts. There we go. So he has like 5 copies of each bronze, but the provision system seems pretty cool. The fact that this shows that we're gonna get hero powers
Because I know that some people
that you can
are
activate,
concerned with
they're gonna have cooldowns instead of one-time use. Is pretty cool.
on regular humans, so that will be fixed in the final release version.
Alright.
So actually, this guy, he plays some cards that are ambushes on my side, and they will do things, which right now we don't see what specifically they'll do. Oh, and as you can see, I changed the weapon, so it no longer targets my unit.
I hope that's not every ambush unit goes to your opponent's side.
Boom.
Card, so I can kill off this guy before he triggers. And as you can see, the board is a bit different. This one is
Better be
Nilfgaardian.
pretty killer.
I think we didn't actually show this
Yeah,
one.
we never showed the Nilfgaardian board, so you can see it here for the first time. It's the same type that will be for the multiplayer version of Gwent.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
And as you can see, there's another a different model for the enemy leader.
What'd that do?
And a lot of these leaders are custom made for.
Wait a minute, is that assassin effect? Only it's
Here we have an
okay. So it goes back down.
So these guys, I
Moves,
think when they uncover,
and
they
then
deal more
damage.
to the units in
Yeah.
this row. So I might want to not place any more units in there for a while.
That's funny actually, because
Yes, and actually
John
this
Stamos, one of the
is an
subscribers,
interesting mechanic
with his
because
custom cards, he made one like that where it
multiple
moved
armor it
and
gets.
damaged everything on the row when it
At any
moved.
point you can
I thought it was
decide to
pretty
use up
busted.
that armor to deal damage to the entire row on the enemy
Exactly.
side.
But he could like
Decide
only
when to
move
trigger the ability on the
Yes.
card.
if another row had a
The
unit.
enemies could get rid of the armor. So yeah, this Meave's weapon, it actually gets better if there are multiple copies of units with the same power on the opponent's side, which I just
You
used.
destroy 2 fours.
Yes. Yep. So
Yeah.
these
Yeah, the
guys activated.
assassins, boom.
There we have Reinhardt, which we saw in the dialogues. He'll
Charge.
basically
Wait,
renew
no.
the ability of this card.
What was
So
that charge?
What I
What?
could do to show you.
Boom.
Number of an order ability, triggerable use. Oh, charge. It's just okay. I get it.
Which we saw in
I was
the
like, wait a minute,
dialogues.
charge.
Basically,
It's
renew
usually
the
like
ability of
haste,
this
but
card.
there's
So
no
actually what I could do
rushing your opponent's life points and stuff.
This
So
cool combo. So I can deal damage to these guys. Now I can move these guys. Then I play him, and these get available to be used again. So I can
So
move
you
them
jump
back,
on back.
raise the power, and
And use it.
activate it again.
I like
It's
these
a pretty
abilities.
good combo.
Look at us go. Look at the points.
Is there a row limit?
69
3,
points to
6,
10.
9? Okay, so it's top row's full if there's a row limit still.
few times before.
Yeah.
Feels
I'm
like
playing it
Yu-Gi-Oh!
easy, so-
Yeah. Speaking of which, how many difficulty modes will we have in the game?
So we used to have two difficulties,
Mhm.
which was story mode and normal.
Yeah.
However, now we have three difficulties, which
Nice.
is story mode, normal, and hard, for people who like, you know, a challenge.
Nice.
It's also worth mentioning that when you play on easy, you can actually skip battles you lost.
Mhm.
So if you're
These subtitles are great.
Story, you know, you won't be frustrated to no end. If you decide not to follow through, you can skip a battle.
Yeah, you can just
One
do the
more
story mode.
mechanic which you might have seen in our previous streams is range. Actually, this was introduced to show
Oh, wait,
more,
my dog.
impact in terms of how the
How you
roles
position
work.
units?
Yes,
Exactly.
how you position them. So this guy has a range of 2, which means from the ranged row he will only reach melee. He cannot target units
Yeah,
in
exactly.
ranged. I would have to place him in melee to target them.
Boom.
A highly curious case.
Go. Boom. That's a lot of damage. OP much? Whoa.
Yeah,
Well,
he
we
killed
still-
some
we
of
got
my
the point.
units that had Death Wish ability, so they dealt damage to him as well.
Yeah.
Here comes the drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
think it
Place the
pretty
top
much-
blitz unit from your deck.
Yeah, I think he has nothing on us. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna pass.
92 to 28.
Taken alive. I need answers.
And he surrendered.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know why you're the game director. You own this
Drinking.
game, man.
So,
Easy.
After the skirmish,
I can't even judge this for Gwent, so I think I'm just gonna skip this one. Because they said all these cards are different than the Gwent cards.
Weird that she has
I
the
mean,
heavy
though
one.
we learned a couple cool things, but are they gonna tell us like if this is connected to Gwent at the end here?
the knight errant bowed low from the waist.
Or is this just like a separate game now?
Beneath his mail creaked.
But there are 4 additional ones.
Yes.
Which is your favorite? Personal favorite?
Well, I would say Amgren.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 4th map.
Mhm.
I like it a lot because it has a lot of this Witcher feeling. Like if you played Witcher 3, you might remember Velen, you might remember Bloody Baron, you might remember the Crowns and so on. It's pretty much similar vibe.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Swampy
swamp,
land?
filled with monsters and people who abuse power and stuff like
there
that.
are old
It's really
stories
cool.
to unravel, and it's very creepy.
Yeah.
And feels like a very dangerous part of the Witcher universe.
What about you?
My favorite part though is Mahakam, the Dwarven Kingdom. I've always wanted to show.
I have a
everyone
feeling they're
how
not
it
even
is.
gonna tell
I'm
me.
really happy that I had a chance to work on this.
We got 1
So
minute.
When we decided we will be showing Mahakam, I spent months designing the document, which tried to outline,
Showing my hacker.
how it works with the
Is a
rest of the
standalone game now?
makes
Gwent is
sense.
gonna get the homecoming expansion.
And then our artists made an amazing job at representing.
So
this
there's no, you don't get the Gwent, you don't get Gwent stuff for playing Thronebreaker no more.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you guys show the maps and they're hand drawn also. And
Yeah.
Well, it looks like tomorrow's stream is the one that I'm looking
Every
forward
region
to
has
then.
its own region map, which
I mean, I
is
might still
custom,
play
and
Thronebreaker, but I mean,
also some of them are a different style.
They have a different
I still
feel
got
to
beat
it.
The Witcher
For
3.
example, it's stylized to be drawn by the dwarves, so it's more crude and
Yeah,
less,
it's more crude, and I also like the
yeah.
style, and that's what sets them apart. All right.
So
guys,
it's probably
that's
something
it,
that's not coming to
for
console
today.
either.
Thank you
Maybe
for
it is.
watching. Thronebreaker
Of course, yeah, it
comes
probably
out
will.
on PC in 21 days. If you want to pre-order it, go to witchertales.com and grab a copy. That's it. I'm gonna say bye, and
Alright.
also can say bye.
So it's a standalone now. At least we got some cool Gwent stuff, at least shown. Like leader abilities can be activated multiple times, and the provision system, that's gonna be nice. And then the weapons, I'm guessing, is just gonna be like having different leaders instead of like having Dagon and Unseen Elder and stuff. Council release in December, yeah. It's gonna be delayed. It's coming out with Homecoming, I'm guessing. So tomorrow's Homecoming news, and that's what I'm looking forward to now. I got excited because it was Thronebreaker news, but it's a standalone now, so it's not like a mission or a story mode for the Gwent Except at least it follows Gwent rules, just the cards are totally different and overpowered. They said there's some overpowered card. 200 custom cards, it's pretty cool. I mean, it might be fun to play on the side. But yeah, that's it for this one. I was planning on watching the whole thing until I realized this isn't connected directly to Gwent anymore. So tomorrow's stream when I come home from work is going to be the one that I actually watch the whole thing of Homecoming, because I can actually judge things on that. But yeah, that's about it for this one, guys. I'll catch up with you, and thank you for coming around. See ya.